This is Joshua Vergara from Android Authority. What's going on, everybody? And here is your first look at the Samsung Galaxy Note 3. What we heard a lot of during the event, and what you may be hearing much of during the release of the Galaxy Note 3, is that it is the dawn of a new design language, and also the next step in Samsung's core user experience. In a lot of ways, the Galaxy Note 3 brings everything people loved about the Note 2 into the realm of the Galaxy S4, while adding a few new elements into the mix. In design, this expectation was that it would be more of the same from the Note 2, but we actually do see some changes this time around. Thanks to some thinner bezels, we have a slightly larger screen at 5.7 inches that has also been bumped up to a 1080p display. The Note 3 takes almost the same footprint of the Note 2 and makes it a little narrower and thinner while shedding some weight. At 168 grams, it is pretty light for a larger device and has a decent balancing that echoes the Galaxy S4 handling. The S Pen turns out smaller than the one found in the Note 2 and, as always, is neatly nestled in a slot in the bottom corner. Otherwise, almost everything about the Note 2, like the button layout, has been retained. What is probably the most jarring change in the Note 3 is the new general material. People who were getting tired of the glossy plastic that Samsung has become very well known for will likely rejoice at the updated material used in the Note 3. From the get-go, you can feel the difference in this textured plastic that also solves the fingerprinting due to not being glossy. The back cover, when removed, is still very thin though, and quite bendy, but this is probably going to be a still very welcome change to the general design. They even get a little tricky and add a stitching around the edges that makes you think like it's leather, when it's really not. As a larger screen at 5.7 inches capable of 1080p, this Super AMOLED screen is more of the same great display quality that Samsung has been capable of. What we are essentially seeing here is the very good high saturation display of the Galaxy S4, only larger. Pixel density gets to 338 ppi, which is just between the S4 and the Note 2. Overall, it is most of the great display experience that Samsung has been able to achieve with the Super AMOLED. While representatives at Samsung were pretty hush-hush regarding the processor package inside, it's pretty much a given that the Galaxy Note 3 will come with a Snapdragon 800 clocked in at over 2 GHz and backed by the updated